you're talking Louisiana cuisine, Creole and Cajun often get lumped together solely as Cajun, but there is a difference, especially when you're talking about the roux. Creole roux is more closely associated with the classical French preparation of combining butter and flour and then cooking to the desired color, based on its intended use. In its evolution, Creole roux is darker than the French version, but not as dark as the Cajuns. Hey, before we start, I should remind you that in Louisiana, they refer to their roux as Cajun napalm. So if you get splattered with even a tiny little speck, you'll know why, believe me. It sticks to your skin and it's hot as hell. Think of like caramelized sugar. So you're gonna start by placing the oil in a deep-sided pan over a medium-high heat and check it with a thermometer, make sure it reaches 350 degrees. Then you're gonna carefully add all the flour all at once while stirring constantly. And don't stop stirring at any point. You want to pay close attention to get into the corner of the pan with the whisk to avoid it burning. So if at any point you see those little small dark specks in the mixture, this means that it's burnt. And unfortunately, there's no hack for fixing it. So you'll have to just cool it down, discard it, and start all over. So at this point, we've got our light brown roux. So this is like the first stage. I think we were cooking this for about 15 minutes, not quite, to get it to this stage. So you just keep stirring away. The next stop is like a medium brown roux, if that's what you're looking for. And the most common color for most of the gumbos you'll see is the dark brown roux. So you really can't use time as a guide since it's all about the color and it's never going to be the same twice. So just keep looking for the color that you want, and you want to pull it when it's slightly lighter than what you're looking for because it's going to continue to get dark even as it cools. It can take a good 45 minutes to an hour to get to the black stage, and it burns really easy, so be careful. So if stir is not your thing, there is another way you can make dark roux, and that's the oven method. You start out the same way on the stovetop, but then after the oil and the flour are fully combined, about 5 minutes, you pull it off the stove and transfer it to a heat-proof pan. Cover the pan with foil and put it in the oven at 350 degrees. It takes a lot longer than the stovetop, but there's not all that stirring, and the process is easier to monitor. Again, the amount of time is going to depend on what color you're looking for. In one of our restaurants, we used to make dark roux in a 20-pound batch, and it took over 4 hours. I'm guessing most of you won't be making 20 pounds, so it won't take you that long. And again, you want to pull it when it's just a little bit lighter than what you're looking for because it's going to continue to cook in the pan. And if you're looking for black roux, you can compare the color to a cup of your coffee and see how close you can get. So with some practice and a little bit of Cajun luck, you'll be the master of the dark roux and you'll bring your cooking to a whole new level.